What if you love to travel and you would like to try the digital nomad lifestyle, but you have kids? When we become parents, we are told to settle down. We are told our adventurous days are over. We're supposed to stay in one place, root, preferably have a house with a white picket fence and a pet. But what if that just isn't for you? What if you want to present your kids the opportunity to see the world? What if you have a nomadic soul and this kind of life just doesn't fit your personality? Digital nomadism is on the rise, but most often it is only portrayed as something for young, single and adventurous people before they settle down. However, it doesn't have to be. If you are a family and you are looking into digital nomadism, you have a couple of options. Number one is homeschooling. So you would be traveling around and devote time to homeschooling your children. Number two is to choose a location that offers the digital nomad visa where you can bring dependents, as in where you can bring your family. These oftentimes offer you the possibility to put your kids into the local schools or into international schools. But both these solutions lack one very important pillar to raising a family and parenthood, which is community. I recently stumbled over a project that seems to solve this issue and I wanted to share it with you. It's called Boundless Life. Hi, my name is Sara. I love traveling and exploring new cultures. And if you would like to know more about the digital nomad lifestyle, please subscribe to my channel and click the little notification bell. And now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, what is Boundless Life? Boundless Life is an initiative that aims to make the digital nomad lifestyle available to families. They build communities in beautiful locations all over the world. And in these communities, they offer an education center, so you can get schooling for your children, a co-working space, and private residencies. Right now, the project is very young, so they only have 2 locations currently, but they're aiming at making this available worldwide in the future. In their value statement, they say, "We believe that raising healthy, conscious, and happy families are the foundations for making our world a better place." A value statement that I personally, at least, can sign just like that. So let's look at the details of what they're offering. In their education center, they offer education for your children up to the age of 12. They have developed their own curriculum following the Finnish school system. I personally have a very high opinion of the Finnish school system and the Scandinavian school system in general. I've been living for several years both in Finland and now in Sweden, and these countries really focus on the individual person, as in every child has individual strength, individual interests that are being taken into consideration instead of trying to press kids into a form that might not fit them. So as a mother, I am very grateful that my kids have the opportunity to follow a school system where their personality, their interests, and their strengths are being taken much more into consideration than it was the case for me when I was following a rather rigid school system. So this is my personal opinion of at least the Finnish school system in general. So as I said, they have taken this Finnish school system as a basis and built their own curriculum based on these ideas. So in their education style, they aim for experiential learning and laying the foundations for innovation. They also have made it a goal to create a curriculum and an education system that will follow your children and your family no matter where you go in the world, either by allowing you to homeschool after the system or by visiting their communities, thereby giving you the opportunity to jump back and forward if you'd like between living in communities and traveling to other places, but still having an education system that keeps following your kids over the years. Which is of course great, because even when you change location, your children are used to one curriculum and one form of schooling and don't have to change and get used to new sorts of schooling every time. When I was a child, for example, my mom used to work in development aid. So I started kindergarten in Germany. We then moved to Ethiopia and Nigeria before I moved back to Germany. And that meant for me that I had to get used to a lot of different school systems that were very different. And that was tough for me and probably hindered hindered me a little bit in my learning, which is why I think that this is a fantastic opportunity to create some stability in learning styles and expectations for your children. So in their education centers, they focus on inclusion. They have mixed age groups, which is another thing that I personally really think is great. My children are going to a kindergarten where all kids of all ages play in the same yard most of the day, and the big ones really feel responsible to take care of. For the small ones, we also have some islands here in the archipelago of Sweden where they follow this concept because they have island schools with maybe maximum 25 children, and there it's the same. The children are being put into classes even though they have different age groups, and it's great for children to, learn to connect with kids of different ages, and the bigger ones, the older ones, take responsibility and help the smaller ones, and thereby also develop a whole different sense of responsibility and achievement at a younger age. Furthermore, they focus on mindfulness and well-being, which I think is something that you can't focus on early enough. On cultural immersion, I talk so much about cultural immersion that I'll skip it for this video, but I think that's a great thing. So since we're talking about community, let's talk about the importance of community for parenthood. There's this beautiful saying that is called, "It takes a village to raise a child." And I love it because I feel it very, very well describes parenthood. And it is something that we in our modern day and age have lost, and that we have moved so far away from the tribal village setup that we used to have, not that long ago. I personally have made this experience over and over when networking in the expat community, particularly if you move abroad, if you're not at home in your potential social circle of family and friends and you have children, it can be really tough. Nobody can help you when, everyone's feeling sick. Nobody brings by food when you've just given birth to a child. Nobody can, hop in and babysit for half an hour if there's something really important you need to do, or if you're running late, there's nobody there to help you pick up your children. Community is something that really makes parenthood so much easier, so much safer, and so much less conflictual, I feel. So having a community is super important, and this is one of the great things I think that Boundless Life is trying to create here. A community of families that are connected by the idea or the love for traveling, for the nomadic lifestyle, and still get together and providing this community away from your home community, from your home base where you might have more support. Simple benefits of this community could just be, play dates between your children and other children in this community. Somebody to rely on when, like I said, when you need, a little bit of help every now and then. Or just, a shoulder and an ear that you need to lean on and that you need to talk it out with just for a moment or two. In that sense, Boundless Life is also a great opportunity for single parents that might want to embark on the digital nomad lifestyle, who are even more isolated than families in general when it comes to moving abroad and having to do it all on their own. So the second thing that they offer in their community are co-working spaces, like I have mentioned. Here you will find everything that you need to work focused while your children are in the education center, meaning high-speed internet, meeting pods, workstations, a kitchen area, a dining area, and 24/7 access to the co-working space. So in that sense, you have a functioning work setup while your kids are enjoying their education. And you have a lot of other digital nomads to bounce ideas off. I think that is one of the beautiful things of co-working spaces and digital nomad locations. You have a lot of people that follow a similar blueprint as you do, that might be more open to your thoughts, to bounce ideas off one another than you might have if you would live in a community of traditional workers. Okay, let's move on to the private residencies. But before we do so, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button for this video down below. It is a free way for you to support me in my efforts of growing this channel. Thanks a lot. So the private residency offers 1 or 2 bedroom flats, giving you the possibility to have a private family life while providing you with everything you need. Internet, kitchen amenities, linen and towel service, children amenities, which personally I think is perfect. The amount of potties I have bought while traveling and left in places because there were none available is quite staggering at this point actually. Coffee, weekly cleaning service, pets are allowed, and 24/7 support if you need it. Let's talk about pricing. The program is sold in 3-month cohorts. You will get a discount if you buy more than one at a time. At the moment they have, as I said, 2 locations, both of them in euros, and the pricing is quite steep. You will pay 4,000 euros per month for the flat, plus 1,200 euros tuition fee with 10% discount for siblings. Okay, now that I've shared all the details, let's talk about my personal opinion about this program. Generally, I think that it's a fantastic initiative. I really believe that the digital nomad lifestyle is here to stay. And as such, I am super excited about all the new innovative things that support this way of life and that help us who enjoy traveling and who might not fit the blueprint of staying put in one place and rooting there. Just follow our dreams as a family, as individuals, however you want to look at it. Unfortunately, unlike general digital nomadism, this program, of course, because of the pricing, is only available to a privileged few that earn a rather high income. I do understand why this is. It is a private company that is trying to build something here, and of course they need to make income, they need to pay salaries, and they probably want to make a profit. So I fully understand that, but this is of course the downside, that if you are not somebody that has a very high monthly income, this option probably isn't for you. Now, as I mentioned before, as somebody who has traveled with my single mother as a child and lived abroad and gotten to know vastly different cultures from the one that I was used to, I think travel is a super enriching experience for children. I know that in my case, it really broadened my horizon. It really made me more tolerant. It really made me very grateful for the luxuries that I had at home that I was used to, that I could see other kids didn't have. And it really opened my mind to the fact that people don't live the same like I do everywhere in the world. In case you would like to know more about that experience, there's a video about it up here. So all in all, like I said, it's a great opportunity. If you are a family that wants to embark on the digital nomad lifestyle but doesn't want to or can't afford Boundless Life, check out this playlist up here where I'll be adding digital nomad visas that allow you to travel as a family. It'll be constantly growing the more digital nomad visas I review. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you here next time. Bye bye.